So hello. Well, today I'd like to take a look at this, which is, well, it is what it says on the tin. It's the Volkswagen Rabbit, which was the American version of what we in the UK used to call the Golf. There's the vehicle. Except the American one had square headlamps. The UK version had round headlamps, which was a slightly different vehicle, but it's all good. This actually I got from California when I lived there, so it shows how long ago it was, because I had one of these cars in CA, California, you know, and yeah, that would be right, because I mean I was there about '94. I used one of these. I originally sort of hired a car and had I've forgotten the name of it now. Pontiac Sunbird. It was beautiful. I actually hired a small vehicle, and it was just for the month. And basically, the hire company said, "I'm afraid, sir, you know, that car is not available for you." And I thought, "Oh God." And the next thing I know, they said, "But so we'll upgrade you automatically." And I thought, "Wow, oh wow." And I got this Pontiac Sunbird, which was gorgeous, and I loved it. But obviously, eventually, I couldn't afford to keep running that on a hire basis. So I went out and bought, with the help of a friend of mine from California, I went out and bought a Rabbit. And it kept going wrong, the little monkey. So I bought this book to fix it, and with the help of my friends, with a lot of help from my friends. Yeah, you can see my greasy thumbprint is on it, innit? I was under its bonnet quite a lot. Yeah, I loved it, though, don't get me wrong. I loved the car. It was a really, really good car. What was it? I think it was a 1.8. Was it 1.8 or was it 1.5 or 6? I can't remember. Anyway, memory is fading now, but I think it was a 1.8 actually. No, I think of it. It was a decent engine, and although it had quite a few things wrong with it, I fixed them up and got it going. And of course, California is hot as hot. So there's no corrosion on cars. The only thing you have wrong with them is mechanical, usually. And I got all that sorted out, and the body on it was beautiful. It was a green colour. It was like a dark forest metallic green colour, and it had on the back of it a rabbit injection, which was like a rabbit having it off with another rabbit. You know, that was the injection bit, sort of rabbit injection. So that always made me chuckle. I loved driving that car. It was awesome. And it was an old one. I mean, it was from about 80, 81, 79 even, I think it might have been from. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was cool, and I had to leave it there, unfortunately. When I came back from the States, I couldn't. It was left-hand drive anyway, so it wouldn't have been much use in the UK for me. But yeah, this book just covered everything. Haynes manuals, they're awesome. Really, really, really good manuals. They cover all sorts of aspects. It's a full rip down and rebuild of a car, basically. And they cover all sorts of material. It's clutch. I think I had problems with my clutch on the not my crutch, the clutch. The crutch was working in those days. The clutch wasn't though on the car. But yeah, they did all sorts of engine, electrical systems, there's wiring diagrams for all of it as well. Not that I ever understood that, but friends of mine did, and they used to look through. You can see the grease that was on our fingers as we were pouring through this thing. I don't know if there's any sort of interior bits and bobs and stuff, but they're very good manuals, these are. I'm sure you can still get hold of them if you need to. So it's track control arms, you know, for suspension and things like that, stabilising rods and stuff for the suspension systems. The Volkswagen's really, really lovely cars. I don't know about nowadays, to be honest with you. Dubious, but in the old days, in the 80s, they were awesome vehicles, were really well built. You know, Wolfsburg built them in Germany, and I had another one, the Polo, which I had the manual for too, obviously, because I needed to. That was my car, although mine was white. Again, a lovely car to drive, and really, 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 really lovely. to own, and well, my dear old dad helped me buy it. But I had this manual. So all I'm really saying in this sort of video, I'll make it quite short today. I don't want to be volleying into sort of double figure minutes, but these Haynes books. If you're confident, right, you've got a good toolkit, and you fancy a bit, be safe. Obviously, have axle stands. Don't go under cars that are jacked up on jacks. Unless they're obviously you've put a log under there or something to hold it up if in case the jack slips. Stuff like that. Because a friend of mine was actually very seriously injured when the car fell on him and crushed him. And although, ironically, it was strange, it was like one of those incredible Hulk moments where his mum was so desperate to save her son's life. She just lifted up the car, and I mean that, I swear to God. I mean, it was on 3 wheels, so she was only lifting up one corner of it, but she lifted the darn thing up whilst her husband dragged their son out from underneath, and he was okay, he lived. But that was adrenaline, I guess, for her boy to save her lad. But no, I forget the car now. I think it was an Austin Allegro or something like that. When the wheel falls off, Allegros. What a dreadful car. I'm glad they're gone. But no, to cut a long story short, there you go. Haynes manuals, go for it. If you feel confident and be safe, as I say. You can do a lot of your own mechanics, save yourself a lot of money, innit? Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. All the very best wishes. Cheers.